Today we're doing a trans fluid drain and fill on my friend's 2008 Mark V Rabbit, and we actually don't need the hood open, so let's go ahead and close that. A couple things you need are listed here. It's a little bit more complicated than the SI process, but no worries, it was easy enough for us to do it, so you can do it too. So we actually kind of started backwards. We started with the reverse light sensor just because we wanted to make sure we could actually get that sensor off. So we just unplugged it and then just get that out of the way. And with the 22mm deep socket is how you're gonna loosen this up. So this did take a lot of manpower to get loose. Just don't give up, you know. So we were able to get that off, and then we kind of just like left the sensor there. Again, we just started with this step just to make sure that we could get it off. And here you could see, you know, it's back. There should be no fluid dripping out of this because, you know, it's the top fill plug. So yeah. So now we're gonna go in with the 17mm hex on the first fill plug, which is on the side of the transmission. And my friend was freaking out a little bit here because he thought it wasn't gonna fit, but it was just super rusty. But the 17mm fit perfect. And you're gonna want to put your drain pan under just in case any comes out. For his, nothing came out, which is totally fine. It just means, you know, the oil was burning. So now we're gonna go towards the bottom to the actual drain plug, and you're gonna use the same 17mm hex to get this off. You're just gonna pop it off, and then you could like hand thread it off. And this will definitely have oil spill out, so for sure have your oil pan under. Again, we are not pros, but we learned from last time and we did make a mess and there was cardboard everywhere under, so don't worry, we didn't get any on the ground. So this actually took about 20 minutes to fully drain, and while we were waiting for it to drain, we changed out the cabin and engine air filters in my 22 SI if you want to check out those videos. But yeah, we came back and it was all drained, so then we just went back, or he just went back and put that drain plug back on, everything in kind of reverse, you know, tighten that, put it back on, and then we headed back to that first fill plug, or that side fill plug. So now this is where you're going to be using that fluid pump to start getting your fluid into the transmission. It'd be easier if you have a friend to help you pump that fluid in, because you know you have to hold one side of the hose and then you have to pump it. But anyway, you're just going to pump up until some fluid starts dripping out, as you can see here, and then that means that it's full up until that first fill plug. So then you can just go ahead and put that plug back in. So now you're going to go back up to where we untightened that reverse light sensor, and you're obviously going to take it off because that's going to be your next place to fill. So we couldn't get this bigger hose to fit into that like tiny little hole, so we did end up using a tinier, skinnier hose, which we had on hand because we bought 2 fluid pumps just in case, you know, one didn't work or something. So then yeah, you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to pump that trans fluid into this reverse light sensor plug, and the car should only take 2 quarts. We got an extra one just in case, but we did end up using the 2 quarts. And while we were at it, we went ahead and switched out that reverse light sensor with the new one. So here you can see the old and the new. And once you're done filling up through that reverse sensor plug, you're just gonna go back in and tighten it with that same 22mm deep socket, and then don't forget to plug that little sensor thingy back on, and then you're pretty much done. It's not a hard process, but it is very tedious just because of the whole like pumping the fluid, and like it's not as easy as the SI, but it was still doable for us. And then as usual, you know, once you got that all set up, you're gonna go back up and you're just gonna go through your gears, just make sure they feel smooth, that they're okay, and you are all set. You've now done a trans fluid drain and fill on your Mark V Rabbit.